Jake sat in his favorite armchair, staring out the window at the bustling streets of Dallas. The once vibrant cityscape now seemed a world away as he grappled with the news of his cancer diagnosis. His granddaughter, Emma, a bright and spirited 9-year-old, sat across from him, her eyes filled with determination. She idolized her grandfather, a retired military man who had faced countless battles but now confronted the toughest one yet. "Grandpa, we're going to fight this together," Emma declared, her small hands clenched into fists. Jake managed a weak smile, touched by her unwavering support. He had always been her hero, and the thought of leaving her without a fight was unbearable. Emma had learned from her mother about the exorbitant cost of Jake's treatment. It was an experimental therapy, their only hope, but far beyond their financial reach. That night, while her mother slept, Emma hatched a plan. She would sell handmade crafts to raise the money they needed. The next morning, Emma set up a small table at the local fair. Her crafts, though simple, were made with love. As the day wore on, she shyly approached passers-by, explaining her cause. Some people were moved by her story and bought her crafts, while others brushed her off. Despite the mixed reactions, Emma's resolve only strengthened. By the end of the day, she had made a modest sum. Exhausted but hopeful, she returned home to Jake. "Look, Grandpa. This is just the beginning," she said, showing him the money she had earned. Jake's eyes filled with tears, not just from his illness but from the overwhelming love and determination of his granddaughter. "Emma, you're incredible," Jake whispered, pulling her into a gentle hug. The weight of his diagnosis seemed lighter with her by his side. Together, they counted the money, their hearts full of hope despite the long road ahead. As the weeks passed, Emma continued her efforts. She spent her evenings crafting and her weekends selling. Her story began to spread through the neighborhood, attracting the attention of local media. One evening, a news crew came to interview her, and Emma shared her story with a broader audience, hoping to inspire more people to help. The community started to rally around them, offering donations and assistance. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the support and the belief that they could make a difference. Emma's campaign became a beacon of hope, illustrating the power of determination and love in the face of adversity. Despite the progress, the reality of Jake's condition loomed large. Each day was a battle against the pain and the fear of what lay ahead. But with Emma's unwavering support, Jake found the strength to keep going. The bond between them grew stronger, a testament to the unbreakable ties of family and the incredible resilience of the human spirit. In the midst of their struggle, a new chapter of hope was about to unfold. Emma's efforts would soon catch the eye of someone who could change their lives in ways they never imagined. And with this, their journey was far from over. Emma's story continued to spread, reaching beyond their neighborhood and into the hearts of many. One sunny afternoon at the local fair, a woman named Olivia happened to pass by Emma's booth. Olivia, a renowned oncologist, was immediately drawn to the sight of the young girl diligently selling her crafts. Intrigued, Olivia approached Emma's table. "Hi there," she greeted with a warm smile. "What are you selling these for?" Emma looked up, her eyes shining with a mix of determination and hope. "I'm raising money for my grandpa's cancer treatment," she explained, her voice steady. "He needs a special therapy, but it's really expensive." Olivia's heart ached at the sight of this brave little girl fighting for her grandfather. She knelt down to Emma's level, looking her in the eye. "That's very brave of you. Can you tell me more about your grandpa?" Emma eagerly shared Jake's story, her words flowing with both love and urgency. She explained how Jake, a retired military man, had been her hero all her life and how his battle with cancer had turned their world upside down. Olivia listened intently, her professional mind already assessing the situation and possibilities. Moved by Emma's dedication and the love she had for her grandfather, Olivia made a decision. She knew she had to help. "Emma," she began gently, "I'm a doctor, and I specialize in treating cancer. I run clinical trials that might be able to help your grandpa. It won't be easy, but I want to try." Emma's eyes widened with hope. "Really? You can help him?" she asked, her voice trembling with excitement. Olivia nodded. Yes, but we need to act quickly. I'll also help you with your fundraising efforts. Together, we can give your grandpa the best chance possible. That evening, Olivia visited Jake and explained her proposal. Jake, initially skeptical, was soon convinced by Olivia's expertise and Emma's unwavering determination. If there's a chance this can help, I'm willing to try, he said, his voice filled with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Olivia wasted no time. She included Jake in her latest clinical trial, offering him access to the experimental treatment that could potentially save his life. Meanwhile, she and Emma worked together on the fundraising efforts. Olivia helped Emma refine her campaign, reaching out to her network and using social media to broaden their reach. As days turned into weeks, the bond between Emma and Olivia grew stronger. Emma saw Olivia not just as a doctor, but as a mentor and friend. Olivia, in turn, was inspired by Emma's unwavering spirit and dedication. The community's support continued to grow, with donations and encouragement pouring in from near and far. Despite the challenges, there was a newfound sense of hope in their lives. Jake began his treatment under Olivia's watchful eye, and though the road was long and fraught with difficulties, the support of his family and the expertise of his doctor gave him strength. Emma's campaign became more than just a fundraising effort, it was a testament to the power of love and the incredible impact of community support. And with Olivia's help, they were closer than ever to giving Jake the fighting chance he deserved. With each passing day, Emma, Jake, and Olivia forged a path forward, united by their determination and hope. They knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but together, they believed in the possibility of a brighter future. The community of Dallas, inspired by Emma's story and Olivia's dedication, rallied around Jake and his family. The neighborhood buzzed with activity as people organized fundraisers, charity events, and donation drives. The local news station covered Emma's campaign, bringing even more attention and support. Emma, now a familiar face in the community, continued to sell her crafts and share her grandfather's story. Each day after school, she would set up her table at the park or local fair, her spirits lifted by the growing crowd of supporters. Her courage and determination touched the hearts of many, and people were eager to contribute in any way they could. Olivia used her connections to further the cause. She reached out to her network of colleagues, leveraging social media to spread the word. Donations began to pour in from all corners of the country. The clinic staff, moved by Jake's story, volunteered their time to assist with the fundraising efforts, organizing events, and managing contributions. Despite the increasing support, there were moments of doubt and challenges. Some people questioned the feasibility of the experimental treatment, while others were skeptical about the fundraising campaign's legitimacy. Emma faced her share of setbacks, but each obstacle only strengthened her resolve. She continued to share her story with anyone who would listen, her love for Jake evident in every word. One Saturday, the community organized a large charity event at the local park. There were booths with food, games, and live music, all aimed at raising funds for Jake's treatment. Emma stood at the center of it all, her heart swelling with gratitude as she saw the outpouring of support. Jake, though weak from his treatments, made a special appearance at the event. He was overwhelmed by the love and generosity of the community. As he stood beside Emma, he felt a renewed sense of hope and strength. He spoke briefly, thanking everyone for their support and sharing his determination to fight the cancer with everything he had. Olivia was there too, coordinating with volunteers and ensuring everything ran smoothly. She watched as Emma and Jake interacted with the community, their bond a shining example of resilience and love. Olivia felt a deep sense of purpose, knowing that her work was making a real difference in their lives. The charity event was a resounding success, raising a significant amount of money for Jake's treatment. The community's efforts didn't stop there, they continued to support Emma and Jake in the days that followed. Local businesses donated portions of their profits, schools held fundraising drives, and people from all walks of life contributed what they could. Emma's campaign had become a symbol of hope, demonstrating the power of community and the impact of a shared goal. The financial support eased some of the burdens, but the emotional support was equally invaluable. Emma and Jake felt surrounded by a network of caring individuals who believed in their cause and were willing to stand by them in their fight. As the weeks went by, the progress was evident. Jake's treatment showed promising results, and the community's unwavering support provided the strength they needed to keep going. Emma's efforts continued to inspire others, and her story spread even further, touching hearts and encouraging acts of kindness. The journey was far from over, but with the support of Olivia and the community, Emma and Jake faced each day with renewed hope and determination. They knew that no matter the challenges ahead, they were not alone. Together, they were stronger, ready to face whatever came their way. Despite the overwhelming support from the community, Jake's battle against cancer was far from easy. The aggressive nature of his illness meant that the treatment was intense and often left him exhausted and in pain. Each session drained him physically and emotionally, testing his resilience in ways he had never experienced before. Emma watched her grandfather closely, her heart aching as she saw him struggle. She kept up her brave front, continuing her fundraising efforts and doing her best to stay positive. But at night, alone in her room, she allowed herself to cry, the weight of fear and uncertainty pressing down on her small shoulders. Jake's condition fluctuated. Some days were better than others, giving them hope that the treatment was working. But there were also days when the pain was unbearable, and Jake felt like giving up. During those dark moments, it was Emma's unwavering determination and Olivia's relentless support that kept him going. Olivia was a constant presence, visiting Jake regularly to monitor his progress and adjust his treatment as necessary. She understood the toll that cancer took on both the patient and their loved ones. She offered not just medical care but also emotional support, encouraging Jake and Emma to keep fighting. One particularly difficult evening, Jake was in severe pain. He lay in bed, his body racked with discomfort, feeling the weight of his illness more than ever. Emma sat by his side, holding his hand, her eyes filled with concern. "Grandpa, you have to stay strong," she whispered, her voice trembling. "We've come so far, and everyone is counting on you." Jake looked at her, his eyes filled with tears. "Emma, I don't know if I can keep doing this," he admitted, his voice barely audible. "The pain is too much." Emma's heart broke hearing those words, but she refused to let despair take over. "You're the strongest person I know," she said firmly. "You faced so much, and you can beat this too. Remember, you're not alone. We're all here with you." Olivia arrived shortly after, having been alerted to Jake's worsening condition. She administered additional medication to help ease his pain and sat with them, offering words of comfort and reassurance. "Jake, your body is fighting hard, and we're seeing progress," she said gently. "It's not easy, but you're making a difference. Hold on to that hope." With Olivia's help, the pain subsided enough for Jake to find some relief. He fell into a restless sleep, holding Emma's hand. Olivia stayed with them late into the night, ensuring Jake was comfortable and monitoring his condition closely. The following days were a mix of small victories and setbacks. Jake's health showed signs of improvement, but the journey was fraught with challenges. Emma continued her campaign, her determination unshaken, while Olivia worked tirelessly to provide the best care possible. The emotional toll on all of them was immense. Emma struggled with balancing her schoolwork, her fundraising efforts, and her worry for Jake. Olivia juggled her responsibilities at the clinic with her commitment to Jake's treatment. And Jake fought a daily battle against his illness, drawing strength from the love and support around him. Despite the hardships, there were moments of joy and hope. The community's continued support was a source of comfort, and small improvements in Jake's condition brought them all moments of relief. Each step forward, no matter how small, was a victory worth celebrating. As they faced each day, Jake, Emma, and Olivia knew that their journey was far from over. The path ahead was uncertain and filled with challenges, but their bond and the support of their community gave them the strength to keep going. Together, they would continue to fight, holding on to the hope that brighter days were ahead. The community's support and Emma's tireless efforts continued to buoy Jake's spirits, but the battle was far from won. Each day brought new challenges, and the financial strain remained a constant worry. Despite the fundraising success, the cost of Jake's treatment was still astronomical. One morning, Olivia received news that brought a glimmer of hope. She had made a significant breakthrough in her research. The experimental treatment she had been developing showed promising results in the lab, indicating that it could significantly improve Jake's chances of recovery. Elated, she immediately informed Jake and Emma. "Jake, Emma, I have some good news," Olivia announced, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "The latest results from the lab are very promising. We're seeing significant improvements in patients with similar conditions to yours. This could be the breakthrough we've been hoping for." Emma's face lit up with hope. "Does this mean Grandpa will get better?" she asked eagerly. Olivia nodded. "It means we have a much better chance now. But we need to act quickly and ensure we have the necessary funding to continue the treatment." The breakthrough, however, brought with it new challenges. The treatment required immediate and substantial funding to be implemented. Despite the progress they had made with fundraising, they were still short of the amount needed. Emma, undeterred by the setback, organized a final, massive fundraising push. She coordinated with local businesses, schools, and community leaders to host a grand charity event. The event, set to take place at the largest park in Dallas, promised to be their biggest yet. As the preparations for the event intensified, Olivia faced an unexpected betrayal. A competing clinic, threatened by her success and envious of the attention she was receiving, launched a smear campaign to discredit her work. They spread rumors questioning the legitimacy of her research and the efficacy of her treatments. The news hit Olivia hard. She had poured her heart and soul into her work, and the accusation stung deeply. She worried about the impact this could have on Jake's treatment and the community's support. Jake, despite his condition, stood by Olivia. "Don't let them get to you," he said firmly. "We know the truth, and so does everyone who has seen the work you've done. We won't let them take this away from us." Emma, hearing about the smear campaign, was furious. "They can't do this. You've been nothing but amazing to us," she exclaimed. "We have to fight back." Olivia, buoyed by their support, decided to address the accusations head-on. She held a press conference, flanked by Jake, Emma, and several of her colleagues and patients who had benefited from her research. She spoke passionately about her work, the breakthrough they had achieved, and the importance of continuing the treatment. The community rallied once again. Their trust in Olivia remained unshaken, and they responded with even greater support for the upcoming charity event. Local media covered the press conference, helping to dispel the rumors and restore faith in Olivia's work. The day of the charity event arrived, and it was a resounding success. Thousands of people attended, contributing generously and showing their support for Jake and Olivia. There were booths with games, food, and live entertainment, all aimed at raising funds. Emma, at the heart of it all, shared her story once again, inspiring everyone with her unwavering determination and love for her grandfather. By the end of the day, they had raised more than enough to cover the cost of Jake's treatment and to support Olivia's continued research. The community's overwhelming generosity and support filled them with renewed hope and gratitude. Olivia immediately arranged for Jake to receive the new treatment. With the necessary funds secured, they moved forward with a sense of purpose and optimism. The journey ahead was still fraught with challenges, but they were closer than ever to their goal. As Jake began the new treatment, Emma and Olivia stood by his side, ready to face whatever came next. Their bond had grown stronger through the trials they had faced, and together they held on to the hope that brighter days were ahead. The success of the charity event had given everyone a renewed sense of hope and determination. Jake's new treatment began with a wave of optimism, and Emma continued to be a beacon of strength for her grandfather. The community's support had been overwhelming, and their generosity had provided the financial backing they desperately needed. Emma's fundraising campaign, now bolstered by the charity event's success, continued to gain momentum. Donations kept pouring in, and the story of Jake's battle against cancer and Emma's unwavering dedication spread far and wide. Local businesses and schools held additional fundraisers, contributing even more to their cause. Despite the progress, the reality of Jake's condition remained a constant challenge. The new treatment, while promising, was intense and demanding. Jake endured side effects that left him weak and exhausted, testing his resilience daily. But the glimmer of hope provided by Olivia's breakthrough kept him going. Emma organized a final, massive fundraiser, determined to secure enough funds to ensure Jake's treatment could continue uninterrupted. This time, the event was held at the largest park in Dallas, drawing in even more participants and supporters. The park was transformed into a vibrant hub of activity, filled with booths, entertainment, and heartfelt speeches. Olivia, as always, was by their side, coordinating the event and providing updates on Jake's progress. She spoke to the crowd, sharing the latest developments in her research and the importance of their continued support. Her passion and dedication resonated with everyone present, further solidifying their belief in the cause. Jake, though frail, made a special appearance at the fundraiser. His presence alone was a testament to his strength and the power of the community's support. He spoke briefly, his voice filled with gratitude. "Thank you all for standing by us," he said, his eyes filled with tears. "Your support means the world to us, and it gives me the strength to keep fighting." The event was a resounding success, raising more than they had ever hoped for. The community's generosity was overwhelming, and the funds raised ensured that Jake's treatment could continue without financial worry. Emma's heart swelled with gratitude as she looked around at the sea of supportive faces. As the evening drew to a close, Emma and Olivia reflected on the journey they had taken. The battles they had fought, the challenges they had overcome, and the support they had received all culminated in this moment of triumph. They knew the road ahead would still be difficult, but they were ready to face it together. Jake's treatment continued with renewed vigor. The breakthrough Olivia had achieved began to show promising results, and Jake's condition slowly started to improve. Each small step forward was a victory, celebrated by Emma, Olivia, and the entire community. Emma's campaign had become more than just a fundraising effort, it was a symbol of hope, resilience, and the power of love. The story of a young girl's determination to save her grandfather had touched countless lives, inspiring acts of kindness and generosity. As they faced each new day, Jake, Emma, and Olivia knew that they were not alone. The community's support had become a lifeline, providing strength and encouragement. Together, they would continue to fight, holding on to the hope that brighter days were ahead. With each step forward, they moved closer to their goal. The journey was far from over, but they faced it with renewed determination and unwavering support. The bonds they had formed and the love that surrounded them would guide them through whatever challenges lay ahead. With the funds secured and Olivia's breakthrough showing promise, Jake's treatment began in earnest. The clinical trial was rigorous, involving advanced therapies that required Jake to be at the clinic several times a week. Olivia personally oversaw every aspect of his treatment, ensuring that he received the best care possible. Jake's condition fluctuated as his body responded to the treatment. There were days when he felt stronger, giving everyone hope that the therapy was working. But there were also days when the side effects were so severe that even Jake's military-hardened resilience was tested. Through it all, Emma remained by his side, her presence a constant source of comfort and strength. One particularly challenging evening, Jake lay in his hospital bed, his face pale and drawn. Emma sat beside him, holding his hand tightly. Despite her young age, she had learned to read the machines that monitored Jake's vital signs, and she knew tonight was a rough night. "Grandpa, you have to keep fighting," she whispered, her voice filled with both determination and fear. "We're all counting on you." Jake looked at her, his eyes filled with pain but also with love. "I'm trying, sweetheart," he said weakly. "I'm trying." Olivia entered the room, her face a mask of professional calm, but her eyes betrayed her concern. She checked Jake's vitals and adjusted his medication. "Jake, you're doing great," she said encouragingly. "Your body is responding to the treatment, even if it doesn't feel like it right now." Jake nodded, trying to muster a smile. "Thank you, Olivia," he said. "I don't know what we'd do without you." Olivia placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to thank me." We're in this together. The next few days were a whirlwind of treatments, tests, and moments of fragile hope. Jake's health seemed to hang in the balance, each day a roller coaster of ups and downs. Emma and Olivia supported each other through the uncertainty, their bond strengthening with each passing day. Then, one night, Jake's condition took a sudden turn for the worse. He was in excruciating pain, and his vitals were dropping dangerously low. Olivia was called in immediately, and the room filled with the urgent activity of medical staff working to stabilize him. Emma stood in the corner, her small frame shaking with fear. She watched helplessly as the doctors and nurses worked to save her grandfather. "Please, Grandpa, don't leave me," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. Hours passed in a blur of medical interventions. Finally, as dawn broke, Jake's condition stabilized. He was still weak and frail, but he was alive. Emma, exhausted and emotionally drained, slumped into a chair beside his bed. Olivia sat next to her, her own face etched with fatigue. "He's going to be okay," she reassured Emma. "He's a fighter, just like you." Emma nodded, too tired to speak. She rested her head on Olivia's shoulder, finding solace in the oncologist's steady presence. In that moment, they were more than just patient, family member, and doctor. They were a team, united in their fight against the relentless disease. The next few weeks were a critical period for Jake. The new treatment began to show signs of working, and his strength gradually returned. Each small improvement was a victory, celebrated by Emma and Olivia with cautious optimism. Jake's determination and the groundbreaking treatment began to turn the tide. His vitals improved, and the aggressive cancer that had once seemed unstoppable began to retreat. The community, following his progress closely, cheered each piece of good news, their support unwavering. Emma's unwavering faith and Olivia's relentless dedication were paying off. The journey was still long, and the future uncertain, but for the first time, they allowed themselves to believe that a brighter future was possible. As Jake continued his treatment, the bond between him, Emma, and Olivia grew stronger. They faced each challenge together, drawing strength from their shared hope and determination. The love that had brought them together continued to guide them, lighting their way through the darkest moments. And so, with each day that passed, they moved closer to their goal. The battle was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever came next, together. The following weeks were critical for Jake's recovery. The experimental treatment that Olivia had developed began to show remarkable results. Each day, Jake's condition improved incrementally, a testament to his resilience and the innovative therapy. For Emma and Olivia, these small victories were monumental. One sunny afternoon, as Jake lay resting, Olivia entered his room with a look of excitement. She held a stack of lab results in her hands. "Jake, I have some incredible news," she announced. Emma, who had been reading by the window, perked up and rushed to Olivia's side. "What is it?" Jake asked, his voice tinged with cautious optimism. Olivia smiled. "Your latest tests show significant improvement. The cancer cells are responding to the treatment better than we had hoped. We're seeing a reduction in tumor size and activity. This is a very positive sign." Emma's eyes widened with joy. "Does that mean Grandpa is getting better?" she asked, her voice trembling with hope. Olivia nodded. "Yes, Emma, it does. We still have a long road ahead, but this is a huge step forward." Jake felt a wave of relief wash over him. "Thank you, Olivia. I couldn't have done this without you and Emma." As the news spread, the community's support grew even stronger. People were inspired by Jake's progress and continued to rally around him. Donations poured in, ensuring that the treatment could continue without financial concerns. However, with the breakthrough came intensified scrutiny from the competing clinic that had tried to discredit Olivia. They launched another attack, questioning the validity of her findings and accusing her of falsifying results to gain fame and funding. This time, the accusations were more aggressive and threatened to undermine all their hard work. Olivia faced the criticism head-on. She knew that transparency and honesty were her best defenses. She arranged for an independent review of her research by a respected panel of oncologists. The review process was stressful, but Olivia was confident in her work. While waiting for the review's outcome, the stress took a toll on Olivia. She had sleepless nights and moments of self-doubt, but Emma and Jake's unwavering faith in her kept her going. Emma, sensing Olivia's anxiety, offered words of encouragement. "You've done so much for us, Olivia. We believe in you." Finally, the day of the review's decision arrived. Olivia received a call from the head of the review panel. She listened intently, her heart pounding. When the call ended, she sat down, her hands shaking. Jake and Emma, who had been anxiously waiting, rushed to her side. "What did they say?" Jake asked, his voice filled with concern. Olivia looked up, tears of relief in her eyes. "The review panel confirmed the validity of my research. They praised the innovative approach and the integrity of the data. The accusations have been officially dismissed." Emma hugged Olivia tightly. "I knew they would see the truth," she said. Jake smiled, his eyes filled with gratitude. "You did it, Olivia. You proved them wrong." The news of the review's positive outcome spread quickly. The community, already supportive, celebrated this victory with renewed enthusiasm. Olivia's reputation was not only restored but also enhanced, and her work gained national attention. With the cloud of doubt lifted, Jake's treatment continued with even greater momentum. The positive results fueled their hope, and each day brought new signs of recovery. Jake's strength returned slowly but surely, and the aggressive cancer that had once seemed unbeatable was now being pushed back. The bond between Jake, Emma, and Olivia grew even stronger. They had faced enormous challenges together and emerged victorious. The journey had tested their limits, but it had also shown them the power of resilience, love, and community. As Jake's health improved, he and Emma began to talk about the future. They dreamed of the day when he would be cancer-free, and they could return to a normal life. Olivia, too, looked forward to continuing her groundbreaking work, inspired by the impact it had on Jake and others like him. Together, they faced each new day with hope and determination, ready to overcome whatever challenges lay ahead. The battle was not yet over, but they were winning, one step at a time. Jake's health continued to improve, and with each passing day, the light at the end of the tunnel grew brighter. The experimental treatment had exceeded their expectations, and the once grim prognosis had transformed into a beacon of hope. Emma's unwavering dedication had not only raised the necessary funds, but also brought the community closer together. The journey they had embarked on had touched countless lives, inspiring acts of kindness and generosity far beyond their immediate circle. One sunny afternoon, Jake received the news they had all been waiting for. Olivia entered his room with a broad smile and a folder of medical results. "Jake, I have fantastic news," she announced, her voice trembling with emotion. Emma, who had been by Jake's side, holding his hand, looked up eagerly. "What is it, Olivia?" Olivia took a deep breath, her eyes shining with tears of joy. "Jake, your latest tests show that the cancer is in complete remission. You've done it. You've beaten this." Jake's eyes filled with tears as he processed the news. I can't believe it," he whispered, his voice choked with emotion. "We really did it." Emma threw her arms around Jake, sobbing with relief and joy. "I knew you could do it, Grandpa. I knew it." Olivia joined their embrace, her heart full of pride and gratitude. "You both fought so hard. This is a victory for all of us." The news of Jake's remission spread quickly, and the community erupted in celebration. Friends, neighbors, and supporters gathered at the park where Emma had held her first fundraiser, turning it into a joyous celebration of life and hope. Jake, still weak but determined, made a heartfelt speech. "I want to thank each and every one of you for your support and kindness. I couldn't have done this without you. And to my dear Emma, your love and determination saved my life. I am forever grateful." The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing through the park. Emma stood beside Jake, beaming with pride. Olivia, watching from the sidelines, felt a profound sense of fulfillment. Her work had made a tangible difference, and she was inspired to continue her research with even greater passion. As the weeks turned into months, Jake's strength continued to return. He embraced a new routine of healthy living, regular checkups, and spending precious time with Emma. The bond between them, forged in the fires of adversity, was stronger than ever. Emma's campaign had not only saved her grandfather but had also created a lasting impact on the community. The funds raised exceeded their initial goal, allowing them to support other families facing similar battles. The community established a foundation in Jake's honor, dedicated to funding cancer research and providing support to patients and their families. Olivia's work gained national recognition, attracting funding and resources to expand her research. She continued to pioneer new treatments, driven by the success of Jake's case and the countless others who could benefit from her work. The mansion, once a symbol of struggle, became a beacon of hope. Jake, Emma, and Olivia often welcomed visitors and supporters, sharing their story and inspiring others to believe in the power of love and community. One evening, as the sun set over the Dallas skyline, Jake, Emma, and Olivia sat together in the garden, reflecting on their journey. The trials they had faced had transformed them, deepening their bond and giving them a renewed sense of purpose. "Grandpa, what's next for us?" Emma asked, her eyes filled with curiosity and hope. Jake smiled, his heart full. "We keep moving forward, Emma. We help others, just like they helped us. And we live each day with gratitude and love." Olivia nodded in agreement. "We've shown that together, we can overcome anything. The future is bright, and it's up to us to make the most of it." As they sat in the fading light, the future stretched out before them, full of promise and possibility. The battle they had fought had not only saved a life, but had also created a legacy of hope, resilience, and love. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the garden where Jake, Emma, and Olivia sat. The journey they had undertaken had transformed their lives in profound ways, leaving them stronger and more united than ever. Jake, now in full remission, felt a renewed sense of purpose. He had survived the darkest moments of his life, buoyed by the love of his granddaughter and the unwavering dedication of Olivia. The battle against cancer had forged an unbreakable bond between them, one that would guide them into the future. Emma's journey from a determined 9-year-old to a beacon of hope for her community had inspired many. Her campaign had not only saved her grandfather but had also sparked a movement that would continue to support families facing similar battles. The foundation established in Jake's honor thrived, helping countless others find the strength and resources they needed. Olivia, too, had been transformed by the experience. Her work had gained national recognition, allowing her to expand her research and reach even more patients. She remained dedicated to pioneering new treatments, inspired by the impact she had seen firsthand. As the first stars appeared in the evening sky, Jake looked at Emma and Olivia, his heart filled with gratitude. "We've come a long way," he said softly. "And we couldn't have done it without each other." Emma nodded, her eyes shining with determination. "We'll keep helping others, just like we did for you, Grandpa. There are so many people out there who need hope." Olivia smiled, placing a hand on Emma's shoulder. "And we'll do it together. Our journey isn't over, it's just beginning." The impact of their story extended far beyond their immediate circle. The community's support had been a testament to the power of unity and compassion. People from all walks of life had come together to make a difference, inspired by the love and determination of a young girl and her grandfather. The foundation continued to grow, hosting regular events and fundraisers. Jake and Emma often spoke at these events, sharing their story and inspiring others to take action. Olivia's clinic became a hub of innovation and hope, attracting patients from across the country seeking the groundbreaking treatments she was developing. One day, as they prepared for another foundation event, Emma looked at her grandfather with a thoughtful expression. "Grandpa, do you think we can really make a difference for everyone who needs help?" Jake smiled, his eyes filled with wisdom and love. "Emma, we already have. Every life we touch, every person we help, it all matters. And with Olivia's work and the support of our community, we can change the world, one person at a time. The Foundation's work had a ripple effect, spreading hope and support far and wide. Families who had once felt alone in their battles found solace and strength in the community that Jake, Emma, and Olivia had built. Their legacy of love and resilience continued to grow, leaving an indelible mark on the world. As the years passed, Emma grew into a young woman, her passion for helping others undiminished. She pursued a career in medicine, inspired by Olivia's dedication and her own experiences. Jake, proud of the woman Emma was becoming, continued to be a source of wisdom and strength for her. Olivia's research led to numerous breakthroughs, saving countless lives and transforming the field of oncology. Her clinic remained a beacon of hope, attracting the best and brightest minds dedicated to finding cures and improving treatments. The journey that had begun with a desperate fight against cancer had evolved into a lifelong mission of hope and healing. Together, Jake, Emma, and Olivia had shown that love, determination, and community support could overcome even the greatest challenges. As they looked to the future, they knew that their work was far from over. The battle against cancer and other diseases would continue, but they were ready to face it head-on, armed with the strength of their bond and the support of their community. The sun set on another day, but the light of hope that they had ignited burned brightly, guiding them forward. Together, they would continue to make a difference, one step at a time, building a legacy of love and resilience that would endure for generations to come.